How's it going, guys? I am back with another challenge video, and in this one we put together a team of my favorite left-handed players of NBA history. Not the best, because there's some guys that are great left-handed basketball players that I didn't put on the team just because I wasn't a big fan, but my top 13, is it 13? Favorite left-handed players, because I dropped a video a couple weeks ago of me hooping, and a lot of people pointed out that they didn't know that I was left-handed. If you didn't watch that video, you got to get on that. I'll put a little clip in here right now, but you got to get on that. You see me walking away from the camera because I had just shot a shot, and I come back, got a little more lift, got a little bit more rotation, and it went in. And it's actually really gratifying when you make a shot after you tried to improve it. Because Monday I uploaded a video of me and my girlfriend just kind of playing around at the park, shooting around, and I did notice a lot of flaws in my jumper, man. You don't know how nice it is to actually go back and watch some of the things you need to improve on. And right here, so that kind of inspired me to put together a roster of my favorite left-handed players. So let's get right into it. You got Bill Russell, of course. Bill Russell's going to be one of the best. I mean, he missed the 11 rings, right? The guy was a beast back in his day. So I was like, you know what? We got to bring him back to this point. You got James Harden. You got David Robinson. You got Chris Mully. Well, I planned on originally to like say all these guys' nickname as I went down. So you got the Admiral. You got Mully. You got Stumpy. You got CB4, even though he's wearing the number 1. You got Mike Conley. I don't know if Mike Conley actually has a nickname. He probably does. Everyone has a nickname, but I'm like, I don't know Mike Conley's nickname. You got Nick at Night, a.k.a. Nick the Quick, Nick Van Exel, Zach Randolph, Manu Ginobili, Tayshaun Prince. His nickname is just Tay, so I think that's kind of lame. You got Toni Kukoc, the Croatian sensation, the waiter in Euro Magic, man. This is one of my favorite players of all time, man. So I had to throw him on the team. And we're going to look at the rotation. I got to get my man some big minutes. You got David Lee and Josh Smith. These are my favorite left-handed players of all time. Like I said, there are some guys that were left-handed in the league that I just left out just because either I didn't know much about them, like if they were from previous decades, I don't know much about them, or I'm just not a big fan. So this is the team we're rolling with, man. Let's take a look at the rotation. I did just say that I have to give my man Toni Kukoc some minutes. He's at 0 minutes right now. We got to change that. Let's normalize the minutes to start off with. So where can I find him minutes? Gail Goodrich. I do like Gail Goodrich, but I would much rather have my boy Toni Kukoc at least getting a couple minutes. I got to make sure Manu gets some minutes too. So let's take some away from Nick Van Exel. So we're going to route this to my liking. Like the goal of this video is not to win a championship. It's just to have some fun. So I want Manu to play more minutes than that. Let's get Nick Van Exel up there. Toni Kukoc up there, Nick Van Exel down. And there we go. This is the rotation that we roll with, boys. Mike Conley at the 1, James Harden at the 2, Mully at the 3, Bill Russell. I don't know if Bill Russell actually had a nickname back in the day. Of course, I wasn't around for him like to watch him play. I just know pretty much like some facts about him. But I don't know if he had a nickname. That's something I got to look up. The Admiral at the center position, CB4 or CB1 in this case, Manu. There we go. So you see the rotation, man. Let's take a look at the power rankings. Of course, we got to do that for every challenge video we do. 13th right there, the Philadelphia 76ers. 7th by 2K Sports, then 2nd by Mark Spears. Mark Spears sees us. He sees everything. I took off injuries and fatigue just because I didn't want anybody getting injured. I want to see how these guys would do together. And, I mean, this is a great team, so I wouldn't be surprised if we did win a championship. But if we don't, I'm not going to be tripping like some of the other videos that we've done in the past. So, no trades for me. I already took off the prospect scouting, everything. I did a little things before you actually saw the video. But look, we're blowing teams out. Look, each one, let's take a look at these. Look at these scores from these games, man. We're putting up over 100 points in every single game except for one, and that's the one we lost. Let's take a look at the actual averages. Let's see, after 1 month, James Harden is leading our team in scoring with 20. The Admiral's averaging a double-double. Bill Russell's averaging a double-double. What's my boy, the Croatian sensation, doing? He's got 5.3 points per game, which is great. I actually got this idea, man. These are my favorite left-handed players of all time, but I want to actually make a video with my favorite just players of all time that weren't like amazing. Of course, I have players that I love, like Allen Iverson, of course, players that were pretty much like all-stars and things like that, but I want to make a challenge where players that I love that didn't make an all-star game, or maybe if they did make an all-star game, they weren't considered like an MVP type player, and I'm looking forward to doing that, man. I got a couple ideas with this challenge thing, and I got a couple other videos that have been dropping, man. A lot of you guys have been loving it, and I respect that, and I love you. Even if you haven't been watching, you know I still love you too, but you guys got to hop on that, man. I've been playing some UFC too. Like, take it from me, man. I know nothing about the UFC, but I'm having a lot of fun on that game. If you want to see somebody get knocked out, go watch those videos. They're always on my channel, so you can go check that out. So after 2 months, we're sitting at 33-1. Again, in this entire month, we averaged over 100 points. What are we averaging points per game as a team? Let's take a look at stats. Team stats right here. We're averaging almost 120 points per game, and then we're only giving up 98, so our differential is 21.1. Crazy numbers right there. Let's take a look at, of course, our stats. Nobody actually is ever going to average over about 20 points because we just got so many pieces that everybody wants to get theirs. Everybody wants to get theirs. I'm going to need Toni Kukoc to get a little bit more than that. What is he shooting from the for the season? I've never actually played with Toni Kukoc in this game. I've never had the opportunity to, but I'm looking forward to it for that video that I just talked about. And he's shooting 41%, which isn't terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. What else do we want to take a look at? Of course, the conference is at 33-1. We better be leading everything, and of course we are. We better be leading the power rankings, and we're not even leading the power rankings according to NBA.com. They just hate me. I don't think they hate like anybody else but me. 33-1. We're not even like they got the Golden State Warriors over us right there. I mean, I understand it is the Warriors, but for a team that's 33-1 to not be the number one team in the league according to them is kind of BS. But we're gonna keep it going, man. Go into the All-Star break. Hopefully, oh my God, we just put up 145 points. I gotta look at that box score. Molly putting up 30 for us and almost getting a double-double, triple-double for Bill Russell. Wow, I really wish Bill Russell had a nickname, or at least I knew of his nickname, because that would be dope if I did. Actually, let's take a look and see what's the most amount of points we've put together as a team. I think that was it, what we just watched. Yep, 145. So we got to keep looking for that. If we can be 145, that would be just crazy. And we left them at only 91 points. So we beat them by over 50 points. That's just ridiculous. You think about it. That doesn't happen. You know, that doesn't happen. 2K. You got to get your stuff together. Oh, that's another 50-point victory right there. That was actually 55 points. Let's take a look at that box score. Manu off our bench, 17 minutes, 22 points, 5 assists. The highest plus minus on his team was Bill Russell. His plus minus was 46. Wow, with another triple-double too. The guy, I didn't know Bill Russell had the passing ability like that. Like I said, man, of course, he played in the 60s, so I wasn't even around. My parents weren't even around. So I didn't really get to see him play. I mean, of course, you go to like the, what is it called? The NBA Classics that they show on NBA TV, and you kind of get a glimpse of what he was like. But in the 60s, the camera sucked, so I can't even find myself watching games that came from like the 80s. Like those throwback Jordan games, I have a hard time watching those just because the quality was so bad. And I guess I'm spoiled because everything in my room, everything in my house is like 4K, or is it 5K? 4K, right? 4K TVs and everything. So I'm kind of spoiled when it comes to resolution, but I like the best of the best. And we just lost a game to the Washington Wizards. So we're sitting at 51-2, hopefully, going into the All-Star break. Yeah, 51-2 going into the All-Star break. Let's take a look at that loss that we did just get handed. Markieff Morris. Look at the boy, Markieff Morris. 22 points for him. I guess it was just an off night for our guys, man. Yeah, it looks like it was just an off night. There's no way we should give up 120 points to anybody. That just doesn't happen. Oh, wait, I think we put up 145 points this game, and I thought it was the most. But right here, right before the All-Star break, we put up 148 points. 3 guys with 20-plus points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in double digits. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys in double digits. Okay. And Toni Kukoc was one of them. Bill Russell, 12 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists. So the guy is just going crazy out there. He looks like a Draymond Green type player. But let's take a look at our stats, man. You can take a look here. You can pause it anywhere you want. Nothing too surprising. Pretty much the same has been all season long. I want to look and see if anybody on our team made the All-Star game. And yes, Bill Russell's there, averaging 12.6, 14 rebounds, and 6.5 assists. And that's it, though. That's the only player that made it for us. Nobody in the dunk contest and nobody in the three-point shootout. Well, that's cool, man. Usually left-handed players aren't the best shooters, and you can probably find. I mean, I guess there's no real reason. One of the things that I really realized when I watch left-handed players, we all have the same jumper. Like, it's very rare that somebody with a left-handed jumper shoots different than the other player. Like, one of the most unique left-handed jumpers I've ever seen is Tayshaun Prince, just because I think his shot mechanics are just crazy. But other than that, a lot of these guys, like, forms are really similar. Of course, there's going to be, like, the small differences, but we all shoot very similar, man. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Somebody said my jump shot looks like Barack Obama's, and I didn't know if that was a compliment or an insult. But hey, it is what it is, man. I've been really working hard to try to get my jump shot to where it should be. We just lost 2 games in a week. More games than we lost in the entire first half of the season. But we're going to get right into the playoffs, man. The playoffs. You talking about the playoffs? Yes, we are. Trying to get in there and catch some more W's, do the thing that we've been doing all season long. Knowing us, we may end up being upset by some team because that's just my luck. That happens to me no matter where I play, no matter who's on my team. We just put up 164 points. I got to stop simulation for that one. 164 points. 4 guys with 20-plus points. Wow, that is crazy. Toni Kukoc, what you doing, man? He only shot 1 for 4, but he did have 6 free throws, so shout out to the boy. Let's see. Plus minuses, it wasn't as high as the other one, but we put up 51 points in that third quarter. 51 points. Left-handed guys going crazy out here. Chemistry's at a 98. We all bonding over our left-handedness. Oh, I wish I could. I don't know, coach. I'm trying to think of a coach that I know is left-handed, and I can't think of. That would have been dope if my coach was left-handed too. But here we go. MVP goes to Kevin Durant, as it always do. Karl-Anthony Towns, the Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year, Dwight Howard. Who do they have that Dwight is coming off the bench? We're going to have to check that out. Defensive Player of the Year goes to our boy, Bill Russell. Let's call him BR6. That sounds like a gun, so I like it. BR6 with Defensive Player of the Year. And then CJ and then Billy Donovan. So I want to take a look and see who the Rockets have that the guy is coming off the bench, man. They got Jahlil Okafor starting over Dwight Howard. Jahlil Okafor started all 82 games, even though Dwight Howard has a higher overall. It's different. It's weird, but it is what it is, man. The reason they have Jahlil Okafor is because we traded Jahlil Okafor to get James Harden on our team. So that's the way it went down. So the first round of the playoffs, we're going against the Boston Celtics. So let's take a look at their roster. They got the same guys they've had all season long. They made no trades. I don't know who this guy is, but he's on the team now. But everybody else is the same. So I'm expecting a sweep. If we don't sweep, I'm going to be really disappointed. Game 1, victory. Game 2, victory. Game 3, victory. Let's go. Game 4. A perfect sweep right there. Then we're going to go into the next round against my Chicago Bulls. Now, one thing that the Chicago Bulls do when we simulate, one thing that the Chicago Bulls front office does is trade a lot of pieces, but we take a look at the roster, it's pretty much the same. They did pick up George Hill. But that's pretty much it. I wonder let's see who they traded for George Hill. So let's take a look until we see the Chicago Bulls. They traded Taj Gibson in the second round pick for Jordan Hill. So I don't know who wins that trade, but they're in the second round of the playoffs, and they just beat us. So let's take a look at that box score. MVP D Rose, that looks like 21, 4-3. And then most improved player, Jimmy Butler, 21, 9-5. Powell with 17. George Hill with 17. Look at that. This is the reason why Joakim is like one of my favorite players of all time. He would also be a guy that was on that team of some of my favorite players of all time that don't get his recognition. He was an all-star a couple years, but you know, he still should be on the team. 7 points, 18 rebounds, and 7 assists. He's one of those big men that if he sees you cutting and you're open, he's going to get you the ball no matter what. But let's go to game 3. We win. Game 4, we win. And game 5, we get to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers, of course. And their roster looks exactly the same. They did pick up Patrick Patterson. But other than that, it's the same exact team, man. But they do have a victory. I'm not underestimating them, but I'm hoping that our team can pull out with that victory. Game 1, we win. In game 2, we win. Game 3, we win, going for the sweep, and we do exactly that. So in the finals, we will be going against the Golden State Warriors. I expected their team is the same. I don't know why they would ever trade anybody, how good they are, and they definitely didn't. Same exact team. Game 1, victory. Game 2, we lose. Box score that one. We lost by 2 points. Oh, that's crazy. And it took Steph Curry and Klay Thompson combining for 70 points for them to beat us. So I'm feeling okay. They're not going to do that every single game. So we win game 3, lose game 4. Let's see what it is this time. Oh, this was a big one too. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson combined for 67 points. So we just got to make sure that they don't drop over 50 and we should win the games. We lost another one. What was this story? Steph Curry and Klay getting over 50 again. All right, we're simcasting it, boys. You know how it is, man. In elimination games in the championship, you got to simcast it. You got to simcast it. If we're losing, no, I won't jump in. If we're winning, I won't jump in. We'll wait till game 7 and do that. So let's simulate a little faster till we get to the 4th quarter. Oh, we're pulling away a little bit. And that's a victory. 10-point victory for the squad. Let's take a look at that box score. We won by 10 points. We kept Steph Curry to under 20. So, you know, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But let's take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in double digits. Again, the team is well-rounded for sure. So here we go. Game 7. It doesn't get bigger than this, boys. Game 7. Finals. And it's close, too. Oh, my God. It's going to go down to the wire. It's going to go down to the wire. Let's speed it up a little bit. Oh, we're pulling away. We pulled away. I'm going to jump in right now. We're jumping in with 1:30 left. I'm going to cut back once we're in that game. All right. We are here in the NBA Finals, man. And we're at home. Of course, Game 7 at home. We had the best record in the league. So Game 7, we are here. The bench squad is in, man. We're looking good. Zach, I forgot I even had Zach. Oh, my gosh. Shifted Zach Randolph and almost got the bucket. But a minute and a half left. You know what I want to do? Hold on. You know what we about to do. Put my man, the Croatian sensation, into the game. Would it be bad? I'm a terrible person. I'm calling timeout so I can get my mans in the game. And we're going to jack up as many shots as we can in a minute and a half with the Croatian sensation so I can show you guys how great this man can be. I think he's one of the most underrated players in his generation. Look at Bill Russell looking good. He's got his warm-up still on because he already know what it is. He know the deal. Here we go. Where's my man? Oh, he inbounded. We can't give it to him, but he's inbounded. Once he gets inbounds, we're going to give him the ball and we're going to pull that 3. Give it to him. Come on. Come on, Tony. Yep. Look at that. That's not a good shot, but it's Toni Kukoc. He'll make one of those eventually. None of these shots are probably going to be the best because he's in that small forward and he's been guarded by Andre Iguodala, who's a lot faster than him. So I don't think that Toni Kukoc is ever going to beat him in a foot race. He's never going to get past him. Get a rebound, Tony. Yep. And he's going coast to coast. Look how slow he is. I'm talking about coast to coast. Everybody was set up on the other side of the court by the time he got down. Look at that. The Croatian sensation. Y'all think I was messing with you. He is amazing. Another guy that's going to be on that list of like some of my favorite players or like my favorite players that did get the recognition is going to be Dark Goat Milicic. You already know what he did. He was a bust, but he did get a ring. So you got to think about that. Take that into consideration when you're talking about his accolades. Definitely has some bling on his fingers. 13 seconds left. Miggy is taking all 8 shots. Damn, Miggy. He saw that mismatch, him getting guarded by Toni Kukoc. All right, come on. We like getting to this baseline every time. Finessing on him. Let's get him to double digits, but it's only 1 second left. That is gonna be the game, boys. That is gonna be the video, of course. As always, man, you guys have been doing such a great job with this. You guys have been showing me so much love, man. I can't even express how excited or how happy I am with my success in this channel and how much you guys have been enjoying the videos, how much you guys support. I do think that for the size of the channel that we do have, I do think I get a lot of support from you guys, and I'm really happy about that. This is a 20-minute video almost. So what I want you to do, since it is a longer video, if you watch this entire thing, let me know in the comment section that you did by just commenting. Don't even put anything else around it. Just comment Toni Kukoc. That's it. If the people that didn't watch the video, they're gonna have no idea what you guys are talking about. Comment Toni Kukoc. Let them boys know. It's been the king of the 4th quarter. Bill Russell with another ring.